wir mir gitam dom, gitam dom. Gitam dom. Gitam dom. Gitam dom. Ufna ditam bom. Ditam bom. Dom, ditam bom.
Yeah. Feel that.
Step in the place, clean trim, skin glow. Cup in my hand, but I sip slow. Shorty on the left, got that waistline. Shorty on the right, tryna take mine. Bounce in my heel, whole floor vibrate. Eyes on me when the bass guy raid. Talk with my chest, but I move with my toes. Every little step, say, watch how it goes.
Rhythm in my bones. I can't sit down. Hands to the sky when they shake this ground. Hey, left, right, back, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Turn the lights down. Heat in my chest when I hear that sound. Whoa, whoa, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Go. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones.
Click kill on the tile, that's time. Every little tick in the kick feel prime. Talk in my ear, but the groove too loud. Body say move and I lose this crowd. Palm on her waist, she twists like rope. Sweat on my neck, inhale that smoke. Heart on the one, then they drop on the four. When the drum hit hard, I'm begging for more.
Rhythm in my bones, we can't sit down. Hands to the sky when they shake this ground. Left, right, back, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones. Turn the lights down, heat in my chest when I hear that sound. Wait, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones. Done.
Yeah, feel that. Step in the place, clean trim, skin.
This is a video I saw about Ishowspeed. He's in Zimbabwe, and he met a guy looking exactly like him. Man, let's see it. He's twin. That's it.
It's time. You better be quick. Make sure you're quick. Make sure though. Make sure you.
You see the similarities, man. And he moves just like Speed, man. The same kind of energy. Yeah, yeah. Some would say the HDHD energy. A lot of energetic style, man. Let's see it.
How old? Hey, do me this favor, man.
Yeah, man. And this part is about this. This is guy's name, Godfrey. This guy was sitting down with DJ Flat, and let's hear what they will be saying, man. DJ Flat and thought I don't know what he thought, man, because it's just a part that I saw on what's that, the shorts video, and I thought, yeah, man, this is known, but it's also important to reinstate this, man. Let's hear it, because sometimes I remember, not even like I remember a while ago, a guy told me something similar, like, what is the god of black people? They don't have no god. But he didn't know that I know my history. I had to explain to him, no, nigga, I'm from the jungle of South America. I'm not from the city and all those stuff. And I was here before you. You are and that guy was a mixture. He was like a Moroccan guy. He was a mixture of African and Turkish people and French, Caucasian and all those stuff, man. Just like the Brazilians. But let's hear it, man.
How old? Hey, do me this favor, man, because we're doing this fucking correctly. Look up how old African people are, and then look up how old Europeans are. Let's do that. This is Google. It's not, Google wasn't made by a black person, so no one can say shit to us. So,
Africans are around 7 million years.
Yeah, man, I had made a video about this, and where a Caucasian woman was asking ChatGPT the same thing. Let's hear it.
how old are Europeans? We're 7. How old? Hey, do me this favor, man, because we're doing this fucking correctly. Look up how old African people are, and then look up how old Europeans are. Let's do that. This is Google. It's not, Google wasn't made by a black person, so no one can say shit to us. So,
Africans are around 7 million years old.
How old are Europeans? We're 7 million years old. All right? Happy birthday, Africans.
You see what I was saying? That's why when one guy was saying, yeah, the indigenous people of America, where I was like, nigga, I'm allowed to say the African was the first created, therefore the whole planet is mine. If I was the first created, did you know what I said after the Most High said, you are the first I created? I might have said, okay, so all this planet and everything that they might call planet a day is all mine. Affirmative. You see that? Just saying.
How old are Europeans?
The genetic lineage of Europe mysteriously transformed about 4,500 years ago.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, hold on.
You're 40.
You hear that? 4,500 years ago. You see that? In comparison to the 7 million, and it has been, yeah, let's leave it at that. Because they said like 25,000 years ago, the first so-called Grimaldi family walked into Northern Europe or whatever. Those are the people like the Afro-Saxon, but those are also erased from history almost, man. Many people, yeah, let's leave it at that. If you look up the Afro-Saxon and all those things, you will see all those kind of connection, and why even Jamaicans will say Irie, all many people who are already in Europe. There shall be nothing new under the face of the sun. Just saying, if this situation currently would be new, it would be like there is something new. Yeah, yesterday is today, tomorrow the new day will be just like today, night and day. Just saying. Yeah. The more it changes, the more it stays the same.
How old? Hey, do me this favor, man, because we're doing this fucking correctly. Look up how old African people are, and then look up how old Europeans are. Let's do that. This is Google. It's not, Google wasn't made by a black person, so no one can say shit to us. So,
Africans are around 7 million years old.
How old are Europeans? We're 7 million years old. All right? Happy birthday, Africans. How old are Europeans?
The genetic lineage of Europe mysteriously transformed about 4,500 years ago.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, hold on.
You're
This is-
4,500 years
doesn't-
old.
wait, how old?
And we 7 million.
Well, African civilization was 3150 BC. I think this is a more complicated question. So the oldest.
You see that? Now Flat is saying it's complicated immediately. You see, it's everywhere, man. Even with the pyramids, these niggas will go over there and see the Nubians over there and the Badawi, and still say even the Berber, but the Berbers used to be black people. so they will say aliens did all those things, man. Ancient Ghana, they don't know if it's really Ghana. They don't know who was living there. All those foolery, man. But yeah, you've heard it again.
If you're not black.
Just, yeah, this one is
black?
very interesting. Listen to this guy. His daughter will tell him, "You are not black," because they are a mixed family. So she knows she is black, but she's saying what she really means is like, and you said it because his father got a black father, her father got a black father, and she was like, "If your father is black, why are you not black?" But then they will correct her. Let's say.
Daddy, if you're not black. What? Why do you have a black daddy if you're not black? You're white.
What are you?
A mix of Denver and my mom.
Denver and your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the same color.
Okay, but what color are you though?
Black. I ain't white. You
So
white.
put your arm next to me. Put your arm next to me. Put your arm next to me. It's crazy. If you black, what am I? If you black, what am I? If you black, what am I?
I'm darker than him.
And this is what I was saying, like, brown is no longer black. There is golden brown song from beginning of time, all those things. But nowadays people will say, well, that's a brown man. Brown, nigga. Brown is a derivative of black. I thought anyways. Maybe yeah. But you see, this small child is like, I am black, and why are you not black if your daddy is black? Maybe she expected her father to be darker skin. But anyways, man, let's show it again and then move to the next one.
black, what am I?
If you're not black.
What?
Why do you have a black daddy if you're not black? You're white.
What are you?
A mix of Denver and my mom.
Denver and your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the same color.
Okay, but what color are you though?
Black.
Oh, it's not a father, it's a cousin or a family member. But anyways, let's hear it, man.
I ain't white. You
So
white.
put your arm next to me.
I'm the same color.
Okay, but what color are you though?
Black. I ain't white. You
So
white.
put your arm next to me. Put your arm next to me. Put your arm next to me. It's crazy. If you black, what am I? If you black, what am I? If you black, what am I?
I'm darker than him.
If you're black, what am I?
Oh, we're all the same, but
So-
no, it's just the face. You gotta do this.
So if you're black, what am I? If pull
We
it up
all
some.
about the same color.
Okay, so if you black, what am I? What am I?
Gray.
Man, get the hell out.
Oh yeah, man. So you see, it's written there. My daughter thinks I'm white, but whatever, man. But these are the things you've seen in my videos already. But just say it. Oh, this is the speed lookalike. Really? This is the speed lookalike. They're gonna pull a joke on him. Man.
You think he the real speed? I was joking. Really, bro? Folks, where are the ships? What ships, you might ask? The ships that...
Yeah, this is this is one of the questions of the so-called FBA and ADOS of Ifet Karnel and Tariq Nasheed. Yeah, man, let's hear it. I don't agree with whomever is saying this stuff. If I want to say anything, I will state it. I'm just showing you what Agwan out there, man. This guy will say they are fools or whatever. Let's hear it, man.
transported tens of millions of people. Folks, where are the ships? What ships, you might ask? The ships that transported tens of millions of people stolen from Africa for a life sentence of intergenerational enslavement, brutality, oppression, and horror in the Americas. Hi, I'm Tad Sturmer. I teach public history at Johns Hopkins University, and I'm the film and digital media editor of The Public Historian. So let's take a look at some comments on my recent post about the transatlantic slave trade database, a wonderful resource, slavevoyages.org.
I told you, if you speak on these things on YouTube, immediately you will have this FBA so-called ADOS will come to you and say, I'm, yeah, let's see. They are sick, nigga.
That includes an exhaustive level of primary source evidence about the slave trade, and more to the point, that reveals so much about the people who are involved with it, both the enslavers, but more to the point, the people who were stolen from Africa. We have this one, and then there's this one, and then there's this one. Now, given the work we have to do fighting the bad guys, those sorts of copy and paste patterns by human bots raises our spidey senses, that we've got to kind of be on top of what's going on in digital media to derail an honest approach to history, just understanding the basic facts of what happened, because there are actors out there who don't want you to know, whose agenda is dependent upon you not understanding honest history and where it comes from, even the most documented form. So we went looking for the ships, and we found them. And they're right there in the harbor of pseudo-history.
So an FBA is just a brand like Nike. Just saying, you can read it over here. Trademark rights generally apply to commercial use of the term. You see that? There is no commercial use restrictions for African American or black people. You cannot trademark it. Because this is made up, you can trademark it. So, and yeah, some few FBA lineage, blah, blah, you can read it over there. You see? Bottom line, no lineage itself can be patented. Yes, Nasheed has a trademark on the name Foundational Black Americans for certain commercial uses. You see that? Just saying. So, and he owns you just like the slave master used to own y'all niggas. Just saying, man. Let's move on.
Doctor alongside anti-vax, understanding honest history and where spidey senses, that we've got to kind of be on top of what's going on in digital media to derail an honest approach to history, just understanding the basic facts of what happened, because there are actors out there who don't want you to know, whose agenda is dependent upon you not understanding honest history and where it comes from, even the most documented form. So we went looking for the ships, and we found them. And they're right there in the harbor of pseudo-history, docked alongside anti-vax conspiracies, flat earth theories, and the idea that aliens are responsible for everything. Right there, alongside it. The question isn't harmless for those of us who care about making sure that we have the tools to be able to identify fact from fiction, to be able to understand the truth that in fact binds us together. It's not a harmless question when you just slide in, what about the ships? This is a calculated tool, a tactical one, used by fatuous history deniers like Dane Calloway to undermine historical truth and rewrite history for clicks and chaos. Preferring...
So you see, I know this guy was speaking about the so-called Aboriginals of America, but Aboriginals were found in Brazil even. Lucia, or whatever her name was, the Aboriginal African of Brazil, Lucia, or whatever her name was. Yeah, like I said, it was in Brazil, not in North America. That's the crazy thing about these guys, man. They making up stories as they go. It's not their story. If you're in North America, not even North America, Middle America, because North America is Canada. Even that, it was stolen. Columbus went to America on Santo Domingo, Haiti. This nigga said it was the United States of America. That's the only America. South America is not really America. Yeah, you know. So, but this Dane Calloway, many of y'all know and what he does, man. He is one of those guys. He was caught once by Saneter and renting actors and many, I don't know, whatever he rented to fake some videos or whatever he was doing. Yeah, man. He is like Tariq Nasheed, man. They have their made up history or whatever. Let's hear it, man.
Free-flowing fantasy land that they call history. This is a calculated tool, a tactical one. They're about making sure that we have the tools to be able to identify fact from fiction, to be able to understand the truth that in fact binds us together. It's not a harmless question when you just slide in, what about the ships? This is a calculated tool, a tactical one, used by fatuous history deniers like Dane Calloway to undermine historical truth and rewrite history for clicks and chaos. Preferring...
So Dane Calloway, you heard it, nigga. You are a history denier. That's what they said, and he works for the university. So unless you like me, autonomous, I don't have to accept all these narratives y'all niggas have, man, because I'm autonomous. Yeah. So many videos when I speak on this plane, it's like going along with your narrative, so I can make my video. But it doesn't mean that I believe whatever this university or the Calloway saying or whatever they doing, man. I'm man of myself. Man, know thyself. Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's say it, man.
Free-flowing fantasy land that they call history, and conveniently and quickly twist on a dime to suit their agendas. Here's the reality. The transatlantic slave trade is among the most documented atrocities in human history. This is the crimes of the centuries. We have detailed records by the perpetrators, because there's money involved, and you can always follow the money. We have detailed records of nearly 36,000 voyages. We know the names of the ships, their captains, their owners, their cargoes, human beings, and all of their ports of call. We know where they came from, we know where they went to, we know where they went back to. We can map them all out. What we don't have are ships sitting preserved like museum artifacts, because 19th century wooden ships weren't built to last centuries, folks. Do you know how many ships of the United States Navy that still exist from the same period? 2. The legendary USS Constitution from the early Republic, currently berthed in Charleston, Massachusetts, and the not-so-well-known USS Constellation, near and dear to my heart, berthed in my hometown of Baltimore. 2. So let's actually be clear.
And that's what I mean with those guys who was saying, yeah, Africans could not build boat to cross the ocean. Are you stupid? If these people built wooden ships to cross the ocean, my grandfather was a builder. I know he's able to do it. It were wooden ships. Go to the Saramacanas even, you will see who is master of wooden work, wooden artifact, whose stuff is in the museum. Exactly. You go to my people, you will see real carving and everything made from wood, artifact and all those stuff, man. They are master of working with wood. This European was here. Did he have a big jungle? Maybe 10,000 years ago there was a jungle here. Yeah. Everybody, yeah, let's leave it at that. But you can see the slave voyages over there he's speaking about. If it's true, it's a simulation of the slave voyages. I don't know if it's true. I'm just showing you your own narrative. Yeah. When you come here and say, yeah, and slaves were brought to North America, all we can see is that they were brought to Guyana, Venezuela, just say Brazil, and Santo Domingo, Haiti, Mexico, those places. That's what we see. Nigga. Yeah. That's why these niggas will say, yeah, but that's why we here in the north and middle in the United States, we are indigenous because the most slaves were brought to Brazil. Yeah, after you was brought to Brazil or Barbados, they will see where you fit. If you was fit for the mainland or if you should go to Wild Coast. Wild Coast was Suriname, Brazil. If you didn't want to listen, you could not be buck broken, you would be sent to the Wild Coast in Suriname, and those other guys would be sent to the mainland and they would train them to become soldiers in their army to come and raid the jungle in Brazil, all those places, man. So it was a trip. It's just like in jail today. If you know how prison system work, you might be in your room in prison and the warden will come and say, yo, pick up all your stuff, you go into another prison. That's how it used to happen. The same way your plantation back then is your prison today. Let's hear it. Eh? And going off y'all narrative that y'all have been saying.
about that.
Yeah.
Calloway isn't asking, where are the ships? His grift is built on questions that sound profound, but crumble even under a passing glance at evidence. Like his pseudo-intellectual bedfellow Graham Hancock, he exploits what seems to be gaps in public understanding, not in the record, but in public understanding, in the public history, to sow doubt, to confuse the conversation, and erase the voices of those who enjoyed one of history's greatest crimes and who are still dealing with the legacy of that. This is not about curiosity. This is not about just starting a conversation. It's about control and keeping you off balance. What denies...
Yeah, because Dane Calloway has gathered many. He's got a whole group now over the years. He's been doing this like, like 8 years now before Tariq Nasheed. Because many guys, this Dane Calloway saw the Moor Science Temple. They were the original one, and Tariq Taj Bay. Those people came with the whole we are indigenous to the Americas, North Americas, and all those stuff, man. The most of Europe, they are Muslim. Those guys. They came up with Grenada story, and I don't mean like they made it up. They knew about it. They knew about the 80-year War of Spain. They knew about Zwarte Piet, and many of those Moors believed that they were taken from Europe and go over there long time ago in the days of the Mali Empire. Yeah, this Mali Empire was the Ghana Empire, where Morocco is today. It used to be an ancient Ghana. The Ghana of today is a new Ghana from after slavery. Many people don't know that. They think the Ghana of today is the same Ghana like 500 years ago. No, 1,000 years ago, this Ghana here is where Timbuktu is today. It used to be Ghana. When they say the first university known to man in this time, it was their ancient Ghana with Kangkang Musa. Some will say Mansa Musa. Kangkang Musa is the same. But anyways, you can see there on the slave voyages where the so-called slaves were taken, if this is accurate according to your narrative. Yeah, you can find it over there and see it for yourself. If this is true or not is up to y'all over there, man. Let's hear it.
Like Calloway fear isn't the abuse of evidence, but enjoyed one of history's greatest crimes, and who exploits what seems to be gaps in public understanding, not in the record, but in public understanding, in the public history, to sow doubt, to confuse the conversation, and erase the voices of those who enjoyed one of history's greatest crimes and who are still dealing with the legacy of that. This is not about curiosity. This is not about just starting a conversation. It's about control and keeping you off balance. What deniers like Calloway fear isn't the abuse of evidence, but the overwhelming weight of it. They're afraid of databases like Slave Voyages and organizations like Diving with a Purpose. Go check them out.
I told you, many people, when they see these slave voyages, they say, man, it's fake, man. It's a fake simulation. It's yeah, whatever. It's up to you, man. Yeah, what I'm saying, that's why when I make my video, I say, man, speak on what you know. If you come out here making Maroon movie and you're not Maroon, stop it, nigga. Don't nobody will go out here and make money off the back of my race. That's what I'm saying. And where I come from is not allowed. That's why even if I play a reggae bass in my music, it's normal if the Jamaicans see that, oh, it's one of us, man. They won't say anything because it's normal. They are not allowed to ask me money for it. Unless I'm making a lot of money of it and feel like, hey, man, I don't even to say, yeah, because I use this or that. No, I can say, hey, man, take this, man. Because it's normal where we come from to live together. All these things, special things to come together, to us is strange because we are established already for ages. The Otomfo of Ghana or from Nigeria, the king, can come to Suriname. They've been many times. Even the Tichemba people came there, their king, to come and look many of the tribes over there because many of these people of the Tichemba of Africa, they are in Suriname in the jungle. Yeah? Because many of them had to go there to work. Yeah, to work. If you had to go to prison in Africa, or you could not pay some money, some tax, they would tell you, listen, go to America, go work there for 7 years or 10 years, and then you can come back. Then you are debt free, and the Caucasian would pay the king. Would forward the money like, okay, this nigga had to pay $100. King, here is the $100. This nigga will go with me to America and work there on the plantation until he's done paying this $100. That's why when they arrived there, even they had the choice to go into the jungle and fight against my people, the Maroon, so-called. Maroon means stock, to be marooned, Moordned, maroon. Yeah, talk Marooned. Marooned, being stuck, is also a color, and they made it into meaning and stupid or whatever, just like they did with black is a bad thing, dark day, black day. They did it with all the names of the so-called colored and black people everywhere, man. Just like Sudan is Sultan, the T is a D. In over the time period, the language would change, like dialect from here to another place. Sudan is Sultan, is the same thing. But anyways, man. So I don't know if you believe slave voyages or not. I'm just showing you, according to your narrative of university, what is accepted is this storyline. So let's hear it, man.
Cover truths they can't to confuse the conversation and erase the voices of those, like his pseudo-intellectual bedfellow in my hometown of Baltimore. 2. So let's actually be clear about this. Calloway isn't asking, where are the ships? His grift is built on questions that sound profound, but crumble even under a passing glance at evidence. Like his pseudo-intellectual bedfellow Graham Hancock, he exploits what seems to be gaps in public understanding, not in the record, but in public understanding, in the public history, to sow doubt, to confuse the conversation, and erase the voices of those who enjoyed one of history's greatest crimes.
And that is exactly what a lawyer does. A lawyer doesn't have to prove the case. They just have to have the people doubt or the judge to doubt. If they create doubt, they will get you off. And who
are still dealing with the legacy of that in the public history, to sow doubt, to confuse the conversation, and erase the voices of those who enjoyed one of history's greatest crimes and who are still dealing with the legacy of that. This is not about curiosity. This is not about just starting a conversation. It's about control and keeping you off balance. What deniers like Calloway fear isn't the abuse of evidence, but the overwhelming weight of it. They're afraid of databases like Slave Voyages and organizations like Diving with a Purpose, go check them out, which uncover truths they can't refute. History, as we know it, is absolutely against them. We stack the deck with receipts. But instead, they play the game of just asking questions, hoping that you won't look deeper. Where are the ships? They're in the records. They're in the wreckage found by underwater archaeology.
Yeah, man, but that's what I'm saying. If it's wooden ship, Africans could have built wooden ship 10 million years ago. I've seen it happening. Yeah, because my people do it. It's called, the biggest one they have right now is Foyasimoto, but they can double it side by whatever, man. I know it's and even if they should have to build a ship like the European is building, they could do it easily. Because the way my grandfather used to build his boat is with a big tree trunk with mammoth wood, big one, and then work it really craftily, nigga. Burning it. Yeah, it's too long to explain, man. He was an expert at building stuff, man. He was an architect. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Alright, I'm gonna skip to another part. Let's hear the last bit.
Like the Clotilda in Alabama. They're in the stories of the enslaved people who endured the Middle Passage. That Calloway can't see them isn't because he's not looking. It's because he doesn't care. He doesn't want to look. The truth doesn't get him clicks. So what's worse is that he doesn't want you to look either. So every time you see, where are the ships in the comments, recognize it for what it is. A dog whistle. Well, no. They don't do dog whistles anymore, do they? It's a bullhorn for denying the brutal scope of slavery and its ongoing legacy. That's systemic and it's traumatic. And his whole job, and those of his deeply disturbed allies, is a deliberate attempt to obscure, to distort, to ignore the truth.
So you hear it, man, in Dane Calloway and his Abo fans and his Abo group, because they are called Abo or Abori for Aboriginal. It came really from this guy also, and Mohammed, man. What was his name? Something Mohammed, one of these friends of this guy, and Sanetter. I forgot his name, man. But anyways, man, let me skip to another one. Let's see here.
You're not black.
Folks,
Area. I don't know, the Crucible's tangled with all of them. We do pretty well.
Your XD donated $100.
Okay, man, I didn't know that this guy was a Christian nationalist. I had a video I made about Tariq, this Israelite, when this guy, Wilson, his name is Andrew Wilson, yeah. But he turns out I just saw this thing, that he's a Christian nationalist. Let's listen to his ideas, cause, yeah, man, let's listen to it.
Their audience, I mean.
And he's debating a feminist, yeah, you can read it over there.
A progressive evolutionary or anthropological history of humans. Wouldn't that mean everyone is just a colonizer? Which implies that...
Exactly, this was about they try to tell the world, because this argument I've heard it many times, not many times, but a few times already, where they would say, listen, those Native Americans, they came there and they killed off the other people who were indigenous there, and the Caucasian came and killed them off. So they were colonizers themselves. So you shouldn't, it's not that it's not bad, but they were colonizers themselves, and that same argument is back here, man. Let's hear a bit of it, man.
You just use it as a slur.
That's a great point, Area. I don't know, the Crucible...
Because I use it, man. Because, yeah, you will hear it from the series.
With all of them, we do pretty well.
Your XD donated $100.
Their audience, I mean.
If we were to follow a progressive evolutionary or anthropological history of humans, wouldn't that mean everyone is just a colonizer? Which implies that you just use it as a slur.
That's a great point.
Okay, yes, human beings have moved around historically all through history. Human beings have moved around, moved into new places. Human beings.
And what they mean is just like the Adintra had the Asante in slavery back then. Let's hear it.
Have been violent and awful and evil to each other. We have committed atrocities unknown. But I do believe that the colonization of the Americas was the most extensive and advanced colonization due to the technology that we had available at the time. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, that it was very effective in a way because of technology that I think most of the world had not yet seen before. Would that agree, disagree?
Okay. We have Elusive Enigma. Not sure.
Elusive Enigma donated $100. With all of the talk about colonizing, what are your guys' thoughts about voluntary segregation like the RTTL project? Would it be okay if whites get together and focus solely on themselves and people?
You see what I was saying, but it's the same kind of idea like the Black Panther. The Black Panthers wanted their own thing, like, nigga, let's separate, man. It's like the field Negro and the house Negro stuff. So the house Negro wants to stay with the Caucasian, but the field Negro wants his own country and do his own thing, man. That's the difference. Let's hear it a bit. And now Caucasian, they have the same thing also. So let's hear it, man.
Concerns. And who are we counting as white people? It was very effective in a way because of technology that I think most of the world had not yet seen before. Would that agree, disagree?
Okay. We have Elusive Enigma. Not sure.
Elusive Enigma donated $100. With all of the talk about colonizing, what are your guys' thoughts about voluntary segregation like the RTTL project? Would it be okay if whites get together and focus solely on themselves and people?
I mean, what are white concerns? And who are we counting as white people?
So I think that the project that he's talking about, if I remember correctly,
they're focusing on people who have specifically Western European blood, and it excludes people who they don't consider to be white. This includes Jewish people, and it includes some Eastern Slavic
Better
people.
include Italians.
I'm not sure if they included Italians as being white or non-white, but however they chopped up the criteria, the point of the question is asking if you believe that people have self-determination and autonomy and can make exclusive groups and live only among those exclusive groups, excluding other people or not.
I think you can do that if you want, but
But it's in your book. The Most High divided the nations according to the house of their fathers, man. And where I come from, all the bloodlines, they have their own king and all those things. It doesn't mean you have to attack each other. All this attacking each other comes from, and I have to be richer than those guys. I supposed to be the one. That's why I'm saying this North American is a devil, because that's what they doing. Any culture they see, they will appropriate it, take those stuff and start walking around like it's their history, stealing it while those people are still alive, walking around, but they can't enjoy their life because these so-called broken Negroes are taking their life, man, are taking their history. We are the Egyptian, man. We are the Moors. We are the Maroons. We are the ancient one. Oh, everything is there. We are the Israelites. Yeah, nigga.
probably wouldn't want to hang around those people. You can, if you want to have a little commune, do it. I've seen it done.
Well, it wouldn't be a commune.
Or like a little area where it's only you guys. Like, I guess you could do
What if it was a large area? Like, I don't know, half of a state.
I think it would be difficult to get that many people together that
But if they
wanted to do
could,
that. And
do you have any objection
if
to
they
it?
could, I can't articulate any opposition to it right now, but I don't like it. I don't even think people of, like, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, I don't even think that they should do that. I think that that's weird.
So, like, forced integration should be the order of the day?
I mean, I guess if people are just really, really, really interested in only living around their race, sure, they could all get together with a bunch of people and say, hey, we're...
And this is real, nigga. I was with the cops one time, and the cops told me, nigga, we're supposed to be all together. The same foolery. We all living together in this country. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't participate in your fuckery, man. I'm not part of the... not part of your system. No, we all have to work together to build this country. Like, nigga, fuck off with that, man. I'm living my life. Nigga, you go and do that, man. I'm not part of the system. I'm not going along with your foolery, man. Just saying. And there's a bit what this guy is saying, like, man, the society y'all have created, I don't have to agree with him. I just say the society y'all have created has become in a way that some people don't even want to live together with other people anymore. But that was always the case. That's nothing new, man. So that's why you have segregation in South Africa, Suriname. Even in Suriname, there was segregation. That's why I speak like this. When the Caucasian was in Suriname, everybody had their own territory. The Hindus whom they brought later, they have their own place called Nikeri. The Indos from Java, they have an Kommerwijnen. My people have Marowijnen. The Indians can move anywhere they want. The Native Americans. That's it, man.
Buy houses here and buy land here, and hopefully they could do it.
But they don't want to just do that. They want to do that and then exclude other people from coming in.
I think you'd have to be very careful about how you did it because there are housing laws, I think, housing discrimination laws. But places do that all the time. There's plenty of neighborhoods that will intentionally.
So you don't have any
sell
actual objections to it?
I would find those people to be morally reprehensible.
Based on what? What are they doing that's morally wrong?
And the thing is, they will tell you you are asocial. These people, this government, even here in the Netherlands, if you don't want to go along, you say, no, man, I want to separate myself from the system, man. I just want to do my shit. They will, oh, you are asocial, man. We need to be watching you. Like, what? I just want to do my own shit. No, man, we can't trust that, man. You have to tag along with everybody. That's what they saying. That's it, man. Yeah.
I think that isolating yourself is
morally.
Nigga, to me, if Caucasian wanna live alone, I don't care, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm fixing my life. That's important, nigga. Let's see.
Reprehensible.
Yeah, I think it's backwards.
It's
and
morally
stupid.
reprehensible to isolate yourself.
I had for a time.
So the Papua New Guinea people, they're just morally reprehensible because they isolate themselves?
I think if you've lived in a very diverse.
Exactly what he's saying is what they say sometimes about people in Suriname, the Maroons, like, why are you still in the jungle? Slavery has been gone now for a long time, 150 years. Now come to the town, come to the city so we all can be Afro and live together. I'm not with that, nigga, because over there you have no rules. Anything goes. Every 4 years they will change rules. The rules of my people from beginning of time have never changed and they won't ever change. The more they change, the more they become the same. That's what I'm saying, nigga. Let's see.
Society that is integrated, and then you decide you want to. But places do that all the time. There's plenty of neighborhoods that will intentionally.
So you don't
not
have any
sell
actual
to-
objections to it?
I would find those people to be morally reprehensible.
Based on what? What are they doing that's morally wrong?
I think that isolating yourself is.
Morally reprehensible?
Yeah, I think it's backwards.
It's
and
morally reprehensible to isolate yourself?
I had for a time.
Did you hear it what I said? Exactly why they were saying those niggas were backwards. Because back in the days, even if you would run away from the plantation, they would say it's because you're stupid. They are stupid to go and live there in the jungle while you could be on the plantation. It's hard life, but yeah, whatever.
So the Papua New Guinea people, they're just morally reprehensible because they isolate themselves?
I think if you've lived in a very diverse society that is integrated, and then you decide you want to isolate yourself. Listen, I visited Women's Land once, and I thought that those people were deranged. I thought it was deranged to,
Exactly, they will tell you are a separatist and all those stuff, man.
be like, hey, only lesbians here, only forever, because I just thought it was weird. I thought it was weird. I feel like it's hiding from reality. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but that's a different statement, saying it's weird and it's morally reprehensible.
I found that I found it morally reprehensible.
Well, I find lesbians morally reprehensible, but I don't understand how.
Well, I didn't think they were morally reprehensible.
Well, right, I know. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't understand, though, where you get from people make their own social orders and their own hierarchies, and they decide that they only want to live among one people group. What about that is actually morally reprehensible?
Because it would necessitate that they have hateful views about other people. Even if it's people of color doing it, they probably
What
are
do you
going
think?
to
Well, what do you think?
dislike and distrust other races. And
What
I
do
don't
you think
that
hate
that's healthy.
means?
To strongly dislike, to have intense prejudice towards.
Okay, so strongly dislike?
Yes, I don't
Okay.
know how you would define hate.
I think strongly dislike seems reasonable to me. So strongly dislike means hate. So couldn't you want to do this because you just strongly like those people, but don't strongly dislike any other people?
White people aren't all the same. Black people aren't all the same.
I'm not saying that they are.
I mean, but again, if you are talking about such a large, broad group, like what do I'm from Northern California originally.
If you had a preference to live among a single people group, which I assume you have preferences to live among people groups, your family, extended family, a dog, I don't, whatever it is, you have preferences for that. If somebody had a preference that they wanted to live in a whites only or blacks only community, that was their preference. Why does that entail that there's hatred? I don't even understand that.
I think that I would describe it as biological and race essentialism.
Nigga, that comes because of the KKK. That's what this guy and what is his name? This guy's Antonio speaks of. Whatever his name was. Yeah, this guy was making a video similar to this, saying because okay, see it like this: the Black Panthers was to defend themselves. The KKK was to attack black people. That's the difference. If your group is gonna go out there like FBA, nobody said FBA should not exist. Why did everybody making video attacking ADOS? Because ADOS is just speaking on their political things, and once in a while, if Carnell will say something about Africans or Caribbeans, immigrants, but they leave it at that and speak about what is going on in the normal life. But this Tariq Nasheed FBA will come out and attack other people to show the world that they mean anything, just like they do in hip-hop. With rapping, if a new rapper comes, they will attack the most known rapper for everybody to see that they have more skill than the so-called established rapper. That's what is going on with FBA. FBA is trying to destroy Africans and Caribbeans so they can portray themselves as being real black people, whatever they think. On behalf of MAGA and all those stuff. Just saying. Let's hear it, man.
In the sense that because someone is of a certain race, they act the same way. I feel that I have more in common.
Wait a second.
That you have more.
There's no biological essentialism there. The idea is not you're only going to act this way because you're white, right? But you could make a determination on a group of people that on average you act a different way than another group of people. You could at least do that, right? Without giving the caveat of the monolith that all of them operate this way.
I guess, but
like,
again,
if you just really
I am also from, California is a very diverse state, and while I'm from a very red part of California originally, I still feel that the Hispanic kids I grew up with, I have a lot more in common culturally with than like a white person from the South.
I'm not disputing any of that.
Like those are people more like me, even if they look different.
I totally get it. But that really doesn't answer to the question of strongly dislike. Why can't you strongly like one group and not strongly dislike another? Like if I strongly like white people, I have some preference for it, all right? Why would that entail that I strongly dislike anybody else? Just because I strongly like.
Do you strongly like white people?
Yeah, sure.
What about white people?
Yeah.
But like what about white people?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a preference I have. Sure.
But like if you had to think about like what you really like about white people. Like okay, I have a strong like for LGBT people. And if you were to ask me why I like them, I would say
isn't it because you're one of them?
Yes. But also more fun.
Hang on. But also because you're one of them.
Yeah, because more fun is an opinion. Anybody can say, yeah, I'm having fun, but they are lying, so it's an opinion. Just saying, man. That's what many people think. I'ma say it, and that makes it so. No, when I say that because I say so, it's because of cultural standpoints. I'm basing it on my culture when I say these things. That's different. Your foundation is an opinion. That's what they say.
Yes, they understand me more, but also they're more fun.
Strongly dislike another. Like if I strongly like white people, I have some preference for it, all right? Why would that entail that I strongly dislike anybody else? Just because I strongly like.
Do you strongly like white people?
Yeah, sure.
What about white people?
Yeah.
But like what about white people?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a preference I have. Sure.
But like if you had to think about like what you really like about white people. Like okay, I have a strong like for LGBT people. And if you were to ask me why I like them, I would say
isn't it because you're one of them?
Yes, but also more fun.
Hang on. But also because you're one of them.
Yes, they understand me more, but also they're more fun.
So
that doesn't change the
you're
fact
one
that
of
my
them,
best friend is a straight man.
and they understand you more, and that's why you like them. It's part of the preference of why you like them. Why wouldn't you understand that with other people's preferences?
Because I also have plenty of straight friends who understand me. And believing that other LGBT people...
But you strongly like LGBTQ people because they're like you and understand you. Got it. Why would that not be the case for people with racial preferences?
Is a heterosexual man.
So?
And he understands me just fine.
Yeah. So if white people have friends who are black too, doesn't mean...
of course.
Yeah, what does that have to do with if they strongly like white people... And
like why?
Why?
Like white
Because the same reason you gave for strongly liking LGBTQ
people.
No, you didn't just say fun. Don't gaslight me again, Charlie. You said because they understand me. You said because they understand me and they're like me.
Okay, listen.
Hang on, Charlie. Can you admit that you said because they understand me and they're like me?
Yes, but I can sacrifice understand me as long as they're fun. For the first time in my life, about a year ago,
What?
Hold on, listen. I had a primarily heterosexual friend group who did not understand me. And the reason I was like, wow, actually this sucks, is not because they didn't understand me, but because they were boring. And that's why I did it. Because again, I can sacrifice not...
Yeah, but boring is an opinion that you have. It's not a fact. You can check it. You can't fact check boring. What is boring? Boring to you is exciting to somebody else. Just say it.
Being understood as long as someone's a good time.
Okay, so help me out here. Let's pretend that you have a black child who's raised by white parents.
Okay.
Okay? And he gets to where he's about 14, okay? and he finds his biological parents, okay, and they were like lost at sea or some shit. And he goes to his parents, his white parents, and he says, "Look, I want to go live with my parents and other black people because I have a preference for them. I feel far more comfortable around them than I do around white people." Is he doing something morally reprehensible?
I would be curious about his actual comfort.
He just feels better around them. He feels like they understand him more and like him more, and he likes them more. He just likes them.
I can imagine someone wanting to, for a time, go live around a lot of people like that and get to know them, but I can't imagine that this person would decide to then spurn all of his,
Oh, he's not spurning. Wait.
parents.
Where was that ever in there? He didn't spurn him. He just said he'd prefer to live over here. It doesn't mean he's not going to see him or talk to him or anything like that. He just would prefer to live over here.
But we build communities with the people we live by.
Yeah, I know, but can you engage with this for a second?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
so what is he doing that's morally reprehensible here?
Well, we're also talking about a young adopted child who has probably been living with like the weirdness of being raised culturally white while being treated as black.
Absolutely.
So I think that changes things a little bit versus someone who is, white, raised white, and has no interest in being around other races. I would find that person to be
No.
weird.
Yeah, what? So do you see how you keep smuggling little sneaky shit in there? Like you said, they want to be among whites, but not among any other races ever, or something like this. It's like that. None of that was said. It's the preference of who you want to live near and who you want to live among. Does not. You still haven't actually answered this, and you seem to be very evasive about it when I continuously ask you about it. What actually makes the same thing that you would say that black kid is not, he doesn't strongly hate his white parents. He doesn't strongly hate white people. He doesn't have strongly dislike them. Why would his strong like for being around black people entail that he had a strong dislike for white people?
Because I think that diversity is strength. I think it's good.
What?
I think.
Again, that's an opinion. What he's saying is like the pro-black movement. They will tell you the same thing. Like, it's not about other people. It's like, we're gonna be doing our own stuff. That's it. It has nothing to do with liking these people or not liking them. It's just, I'm doing what I'm doing, man. That's it. I'm busy with my life. But many of these people will tell you, no, we are supposed to be together and do it together. And they told me this was, like I said, the cops told me that on the streets one time. Like, we're supposed to be living together and building this country together. But I'm not part of society, nigga. I'm just doing my shit over here, man. No, man. We can't have that. Everybody is supposed to tag along. And that's the problem over here, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you want to see this movie, this video, you can check it out whatever channel there. This guy I've shown you this guy already in another video with Tariq, the Israelites, where he was debunking them and all those stuff.
I did. Yes, we're the same.
Move to this. Yeah, I'm gonna show us a small part about this guy again. Not from the same place. I'm gonna move along because I left it at this point, I think, the last time. So I'm because this video of Phill Valentine is like 3 to 4 hours long, man. So I'm doing small parts at the time, man. So let's hear it. I'm showing you this so you can see and hear where all these many of these ideas of the so-called the middle American, black American comes from, man. From this guy Phill Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, and James Small, and Netter, and all those guys, man. Let's hear it.
Shred of spiritual evidence can be found in Europe. The ancient Orientals, the Melanites, were capable of such thinking, but not Western man, and this includes the so-called Jews, because he is of the Caucasoid race. Don't believe that because you see them piously reading man, and listen to this carefully, the reason why we blindly accept the literal fact for over 2,000 years, we blindly accept literal fact for 2,000 years is because the Western conceptual mind is incapable of abstract thought. The thinking content.
What he means is like when I say that the Caucasian will say, oh, these black people, they are venerating the sun. They are praying to the trees. It's all lies because I know what they're thinking. I'm from their academy and I know my culture. So I know they don't know what they're saying. And the same thing goes for the black American. Because they see it the same way. Yeah, those people back then, man, the ancient one, they used to venerate the sun. And there's the Freemason sign. And there's the feminine energy. All those things is foolery. You cannot be initiated into anything. If anybody tells you that, they are kidding you, man. They are, yeah. Yeah.
Wherein you have been pigeonholed from the time of your education in a system that is Christian-oriented, because all books of the education system first has to be passed through the Vatican libraries and the Vatican, what do you call that? What do you call a process that they start taking stuff out then? Editing. All Western thought and context that deals with going into the education system must first be edited through the Bible and through the Vatican's context. Now I have a lot.
But everyday life is based on the Bible. You go to court, swear on the Bible. 12 the disciples, 12 months in a year. Because in Suriname it used to be 9 months or so. They've changed it to 12. It's based your whole life today is based on the Bible. It's today that they breaking of the churches and everything, man. That is what I was saying like there. Yeah, let's hear it, man.
Good Christian people who are good without being Christian, but good people who call themselves Christian, who will take issue with me because, hey, when they pray, I pray along with them. When they say Jesus, I say Jesus. They feel comfortable. I'm about making people feel comfortable. But if you're going to sit down and talk to me and try to sit with me and define with me like the Jehovah's Witnesses, the J-Wits come up and talk to me and tell me that I don't know who I am because I have not accepted Jesus.
Yeah, but what he's saying, where I come from, is forbidden to go around, even if you are a medicine man or whatever you think you are, to tell people, or a prophet you think you are, yeah, you need to come to me so I can heal you. It's forbidden, where I come from. So what he's saying, it is strange to go and recruit people if they are not of your house, of your bloodline. Because my people, when they say house, they mean the bloodline. They will say the house of my father or the house of my mother. Then you know the bloodline. That's what they mean with house. Where I come from. Just saying. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Because with your limited purview, and most Christians are not researchers. Most people who do study Christianity as researchers research within the confines of Christianity. They dare not go outside that. First of all, Christianity wouldn't put you there because it would be too much like writing. And then it would be a defeatist purpose to put you on track with where Christianity got most of their information. Then you wouldn't need Christianity anymore. Western man, as he presently operates within his intellectual context, is incapable of abstract thinking. And because of that, he accepts fairy tales as true.
All this part I can go along with this because everything today has a definition, definitely. So it's concrete. Anything outside of that is considered to be crazy or ludicrous. So I can go along. That's why society is like it is today. That's true. Yeah, true, but I can go along with that for that part, man.
He accepts a snake coming up to talk to a woman with an apple in its mouth and say, eat that apple. He accepts a stick falling to the ground, turning into a snake. He has no clue as to what the deeper esoteric principles are behind what that story is, and doesn't care. Just give me Jesus. All I want to know is Jesus. And that's all you're going to know. And you will be the blissfully ignorant who are led to the slaughter. You will be the flock that is fleeced. All of the cosmological and metaphysical thought Western man had come unto him came from the East. Any kind of cosmological, metaphysical thought came from the East. There is no spirituality that came from Europe. Not one shred of spiritual evidence can be found in Europe. The ancient Orientals, the Melanites, were capable of such thinking, but not Western man. And this includes the so-called Jews, because he is of the Caucasoid race. Don't believe that because you see them piously reading the Kabbalah or any of these books that they got something on you. And don't believe because the Christians defer to them as the chosen people that somehow choosing them as the one that you use to follow the path to righteousness will somehow get you saved. A fool in his common sense. In his own metaphysical, metahistoric, and spiritual incompetency, Western European man has put the stamp of his own destructive ego on everything, including the Creator. Blinded by his own erroneous perceptions, concepts, and his arrogance, he cannot see that it is only that percentage of the race incapable of abstract thought that believes his anthropological bullshit. There is but a few that have become the many that are incapable of thinking peripherally or beyond the context of that which they are given to think of. You fewer here shows exactly what I'm speaking about. I pretty much am preaching to the choir. There ain't nothing I'm saying anything. You come maybe forget a couple pieces of information that you haven't got from the past information. I can go on forever, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm giving this is actually for the tape right here. This tape is actually to go out. It's going to be disseminated amongst those who don't know. But it's all so good to see my family back here, my family in the spirit back here, to bounce this back off of, to feel from you, because you all are generating the energy that I need. And actually made me even want to come out to see my people.
See, this was in 1998, if you look behind Phill Valentine there. If it's the date of the day, June 17, 1998. Yeah, that's long time ago.
That part of him that calls itself Christian could not even create a God or religion itself. Christians are not even capable of creative thinking. They can't even creatively perceive God outside of what they've been given in the dead letter word. And I speak about it as dead letter because it is nothing but words. And it has been infused with a meaning that is corrosive to common sense.
But that's not true. It's not just words. I won't elaborate, but that part is not true. Just say it.
Corrosive to your ability to reason with another human being about divinity.
The thing is, if you are lying, a lie cannot become true. That's how simple it is. If you speak in the truth, it's the truth. Anything lie, I won't elaborate, man. Yeah, let's leave it.
From all of the different anthropomorphic representations of God. And that goes for all forms, even the Kemetic, and what we misinterpret of the Kemetic reality. And what did they themselves do as far as Christians borrowing from it? Even the Jews themselves. They themselves did not even know about other worlds. And even in the book they speak about cosmologies. But you talk to a Christian about astrology and things like that, they'll say that's devil worship. They'll say Satan got hold of you for thinking beyond.
Yeah, that's true. In Suriname it's the same, they will say, and afgoderij in Dutch. It comes from the plantation. That's why I was saying the Caucasian took those stories from the environment, from the nature, from the people in the jungles and village, and made their own version of it and promoted that while erasing those of those other people. And if you try to use those of those other people of the beginning, they will tell you, no, don't use it, it's evil. It's just like, and Samsung is saying, don't use iPhone, don't use Apple. That's how you should see it in these days, man. Everybody is just trying to get people to follow them so they can make money. They are misusing. It's just like Trump saying he is a Christian nationalist. That's why I was showing you this guy Wilson. I didn't know this Wilson was a Christian nationalist, because Christian nationalist is a new term to me. You cannot be out there bombing people and thinking that you live in Christ-like. If they are innocent, that is. If they are guilty, that's something else. But Trump cannot police the world, because yeah. Trump is a criminal himself, going around stealing everything openly and claiming to be Christ-like. That's why I'm saying it's you all niggas saying that you believe in God or whatever. To me, it means nothing. Because I know they told you when you was born that the man human is a liar. But they are not even human. Is the devil is a liar, acting like they are human. That's the difference. Let's hear it, man.
Just imagine what their European folks must have thought about Copernicus and all these people. When they were telling you, hey, the earth goes around the sun, not the sun goes around the earth. What? No, something wrong with that boy. They didn't even know the world was round. They thought that if they walked far enough, they'd fall off. And they were Christians. As a matter of fact, when Christianity reached its zenith, they blocked off that time period and called it the Dark Ages. Hello?
But that's why you have a term ideology idiot. Yeah? It comes from ideology, like being stuck. That's why they would say the Maroons or the people in the jungle, they are backwoods and stupid. Because they are stuck with, like I keep saying, my God from ancient time, from my grandfather and grandmother to the so-called modern Caucasian, they will say, that's backwoods, man. You need to progress and go to something new. In my culture, that doesn't exist. Just like your book, so-called book said, the things of God never change. That's my culture. Does the sun change? Does the ground you walk up on change? No. Nigga, nature never changes. The change itself is the constant. The only constant is life is change. But it will, the more it changes, the more it becomes the same. Just like yesterday is today, night and day. Yeah, it's a new day, but it's still night and day. The more it changes, the more it becomes the same. Just saying. Yeah.
It was at the zenith of Christianity that all forms of human torture were perfected. It was at the zenith of Christianity that books were burned. Edifices to knowledge and wisdom, one called the Alexandrian Library, was raised. It was to this priestcraft that forwarded this sick mentality that kept us as a species and as a race in a numbing ignorance of self for over 2,000 years. Now just think about this. Nothing stands still. All things are based on change and movement. Imagine for 2,000 years the human consciousness was stultified, pigeonholed into a bracket of thinking while the universe moved forward, trying in its own inimitable way to teach man through vibratory notes, through the music of the spheres, through nature and the way she would hum her tunes and melodies to us. Imagine for 2,000 years we were looking to a Jesus. For 2,000 years, the spirit of evolution on the spiritual plane was trying to reach us, and we looked into here for that. Stultified by interpretations from a priestcraft that became obscenely wealthy and powerful on our belief structure. Where has the universe been?
That's what I mean. It's not the book. It's man, so-called man, devils acting like they are humans, stealing so-called ideology, the Bible or Quran or so-called holy books, and going out there and doing evil, just like the Caucasian took the Bible, went to many places, and started with this colonization stuff in the name of the Christ or whatever. It's them doing it. It's not the Christ or the book doing it. It's just like having a knife. Did the gun, is a gun killing people, or is it those who are using the gun? It's the same argument in the United States, right? Is gun killing people, or is it those who are using the gun who are killing people? That's what I'm saying. Nigga, you chose to use it, misuse it, I should say. You are lying in the name of God. That's what y'all been doing. I believe in God, man. I don't know if your God is the lamp over there or the stone over there, nigga. Your word is not a testimony to me. That's what I'm saying. Let's hear it.
Where is it now compared to the ignorance and the stultifying stupidity that we operate under today? Where are we supposed to be in context with the universe 2,000 years removed? Think about that. In spite of their pretended intimacy with the Creator, and this goes with the Jews, The so-called Jews never had a great knowledge of things cosmic or metaphysical. They were plagiarists, thieves, stealing myths and mythical artifacts from ancient civilizations like Kemet and Sumer, stealing principles they did not understand.
But that's the same thing like I'm saying, that's why I'm saying to Tariq Nasheed, why is he making Maroon movie while my people exist in the jungle of South America? You know what that's the same thing. If it's true what he's saying, I don't have to agree with what they're saying in the video or whatever. I'm just showing you that, but that's my point. Like, if you're gonna go out here acting like you are those people, we are the ancient one, start stealing those artifacts like it's you lying in the name of God at that. Then someone like I already know, oh, you have no God, you are the devil, because the devil is a liar and the liar is the devil. That's it, man.
All the Jews had were war songs when they entered into Kemet and into Babylon. Not one piece of astrophysical or cosmological literature did they have until after their 60-year sojourn through the gates of Kemet. So don't go for the rope-a-dope. Now let's touch upon the pre-religious age of enlightenment, when people sat down and spoke about the Creator without certain affixed images to its person and its principle. When you speak about pre-religion, you speak about an age of reason. You speak about building pyramids. You speak about people space traveling without leaving their bodies. You speak about visiting other planets and other dimensional time zones of consciousness. You speak of a time when people knew you can't build a pyramid of that size and be at war. What have you done to your workforce? You have to sacrifice them to fight. Civilizations such as Sumer, Babylon, Kemet, so-called Lemuria, all civilizations that were up on Mars, these civilizations needed time. A time of great peace. A time to observe the procession of equinoxes. That don't come with you trying to fight off somebody at your borders, constantly thinking of...
Exactly, and this is the point I was trying to explain to Zanu when he was saying why are Africans not building, because they are in non-stop war under the siege of the Caucasian all the time, and the thing is they supposed to build their own weapons and stuff, but they don't do that. And many times it's because they don't have the time to do so, because anytime it's just like Venezuela, just the moment they get the oil and gold to start fixing everything, the United States will come and fall in and steal everything, because they work with a zero-sum competition. They don't want to have any competition. If the Chinese is building something, they will have to attack the Chinese. If the Russian is doing, it's the same. It's the same thing going on for thousands of years now. If those guys are making money, it's just like robbers in the hood. If you go in the hood, someone will get something to sell, and those other guys will, hey, let's go and steal it, man. It's the same thing, man. That's why I'm saying y'all niggas out there are devils. Just accept it. Devils acting like they are human beings. That's what I'm saying. Just like Trump is saying he's Christ-like, but he's bombing so-called people over there. We don't know if they're innocent or not, but it seems like it. Just saying, man. That's the real talk.
Security. That comes from reflection. That comes from getting a good night's sleep. That comes from eating idle food. You don't build pyramids being an idiot. You don't build pyramids being a fool. You don't build pyramids with this education. Because everything that was...
That's why they said the aliens did it, man. Didn't you hear? Just saying. And now they used to say, if you say there is alien, you're crazy. Now the government is saying there is alien. Just saying, man. Yeah, that's the real talk.
Based upon this education is about to come down. 51,000 years of documented history in stone still exists from our technology. In 1.5 years, his comes crumbling down. What does that tell you? Make you want to holler? There was a time when man possessed the greatest knowledge about the cause and creation of things. We call it the enlightened ones. We call them the enlightened time. And their knowledge was called the ancient wisdom. It wasn't called Christianity. It wasn't called Buddhism.
Nigga, that's the same thing they say Illuminati today like the aluminum one, yeah, eliminated, like, yeah, enlightened one or whatever. Just saying, man. And that's what I mean, like, they will steal a name like Illuminati, enlightened one, and apply it in an evil way. So that many people, even who used to see it as something good, start seeing it as something bad over the generation. That's what they doing. Just like with words like Sultan and Sudan and all those things, man. Black is dark and a dark day and all those stuff. That's why people was not allowed to read for 400 years, man. That's it.
It wasn't called Islam. It was called the ancient wisdom. Because it was a thinking dynamic and a postulating dynamic that grew with the knowledge that it used as its base. It didn't stagnate. Like all things that grow and evolve, so did knowledge. With reasoning uncorrupted by false theologies, they were able to study reality and thus arrive at truth. Studying reality today is dangerous. Because if you were ever to find out what reality truly is and go out and try to teach that in the education system that we have today, shame on you.
But even the reality Phill Valentine is speaking about is what he thinks it is. It's not verifiable. That's what I mean. It's a thought. That's why the book says, prove all things. That's what I mean. Where I come from in my culture, you have to prove it. If you say you are prophet. If you can't, they will ban you. Just say it. Nigga.
But due to the change in psychic laws of perception, here's the problem now. Now we gotta go back to what the hell happened on the planet that made us so fucking stupid. Oh, you all grown up.
Nigga, it's greed. Nigga, it's greed. The grass is greener at the underside. That's what happened. Nigga. That's what I'm saying.
Think about it. 99% of the human race are stupid beyond... Oh. We are some dumb motherfuckers. And I'm telling you now, in all truth, it is because of our stupidity and the fact that we relish our stupidity. We hold on to our stupidity. Like a brick life preserver on the Titanic. Because we think it's a life preserver, we will go down with it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to come, if you say that book is stupidity, you have to disprove it. You have to come with the proof. Because you are coming with the argument. So disprove it. Prove all things. Just saying. I'm gonna leave it at here for this video. And next time I'm gonna go further with this video. And because this is a long video of Phill Valentine. It's like 3-4 hours long, man. Where he speaks about this thing. Yeah, man. Laters, man.
Feel that. Feel that. Step in the place, clean trim.
skin glow, cup in my hand, but I sip slow. Shorty on the left of their waistline, shorty on the right tryna take mine. Bounce in my heel, whole floor vibrate. Eyes on me when the bass gyrate. Rhythm in my bones, I can't sit down. Hands to the sky when they shake this ground. Left, right, back, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones. Rhythm in my bones, turn the lights down. Heat in my chest when I hear that sound. Wave, roll, snap, make the whole thing bounce. Rhythm in my bones, rhythm in my bones.